The last Shinkansen from Takayama is usually a quiet affair. A silver needle stitching through the misty, twilight heart of the Japanese Alps. For Aiko, it was supposed to be a journey of rest. Weary from travel, she watched her own reflection fade as the outside world darkened. But there are stretches of track where the mountains don't want you to pass. Places where the modern world meets something much older. The plunge was sudden. The vibrant world outside was swallowed by an absolute, crushing blackness as the train entered the great mountain tunnel. Inside the carriage, the orange lights began to struggle. They flickered with a rhythmic heartbeat pulse, casting long, nervous shadows across the empty seats. Aiko sat up, the silence of the cabin broken only by the hum of the engine. She squinted at the glass, sensing a movement. At 250 kilometers per hour, the world outside should be a blur, but something was keeping pace. Something tall and impossibly fast. They were shadows given form, bent and elongated, moving with a terrifying, fluid grace against the jagged stone walls of the tunnel. Then the first one arrived. A hand pale and translucent pressed against the triple-paned glass inches from Aiko's face. She froze. Looking back at her was a face that wasn't a face. A smooth, featureless mask of smoke with a hollow, dark void. The lights failed completely. The hum of the train died into a chilling crawl. In the sudden silence, the whispers began. Dozens of them. Cries of the forgotten, overlapping and echoing in the confined space. They weren't outside anymore. They were at the threshold. The glass seemed to soften. Mist began to bleed through the seals, cold and smelling of damp earth and ancient stone. One figure stood taller than the rest. It reached out a long, misty finger, pointing directly at Aiko's trembling heart. She closed her eyes, a silent prayer on her lips, as the whispers reached a deafening crescendo, a scream of 1,000 lost souls. Then, light, blinding golden morning light flooded the carriage, chasing away the shadows and the freezing cold in a single breath. The train was full. Passengers chatted, children laughed, and the smell of coffee filled the air. Aiko sat, trembling, her heart racing. At Tokyo Station, a worker watched her disembark. His eyes were wide, fixed on the side of the train car she had just left. He whispered a warning she couldn't catch, but his gaze said enough. Some things that join you in the tunnel don't always stay there. Aiko reached for her phone to call home. There, in the last photo she'd taken, a faceless shadow stood in the glass, waiting.